Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Speak That Talks. And as you can tell by my hat, this is a special edition because we have a lot to talk about. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. There's still time to grab your friends, grab your loved ones, grab your family, and hey, if you're a sorority member or a fraternity member, grab your sorors and your frat brothers because we have a lot to talk about today, and it's all centered around Inauguration Day. So we're going to go live in 30 seconds. Yes. Welcome to the 38th consecutive week of Speak That Talks. As always, I am so excited to sit here on a Thursday evening to empower, uplift, and connect with people, not only all over the country, but I'm proud to say all over the world. We have folks in other countries that pop in from time to time and shoot me notes, letting me know that they have been inspired by Speak That Talks. So for that, I want to thank each and every one of you. My name is Tiara M Tucker, and I am the founder and CEO of Tiara PR Network LLC, as well as the founder and president of Speak That Movement, which is now a 501c3 that is about to do some big things this year to just do our part to help make the world a better place as it pertains to professional women in business along their journeys of dream and goal realization. So we are grateful for everybody that has ever supported anything that we've done with Speak That Movement, and we're ready to keep it moving. I'm also the producer and CEO and host of Speak That Talk, so it's so much fun having all of you tune in. So as always, this is a very interactive show. So I want to ask you all to virtually connect. Go to Speak That Movement on Facebook or YouTube. Speak That Movement in the search field and interact. This is a conversation for all of us. So you can share your name, you can share your city, you can share your comments because we want to interact with all of you. This is our opportunity to talk about hot topics that are going on around us, to educate you, to entertain you, or whatever it might be. So we see that we have some of you on. Yes, hey, Bobby, hey now. And yes, I have the pearls on. So shout out to everybody that was rocking the pearls and the chucks, not only yesterday, but we'll be rocking them for the next few years because those will now be the staple signature item to wear, in my opinion. Hey there, Miss McDowell. Welcome. It's always a pleasure to see you on as well. So everybody, again, join us on the Speak That Movement page. Come on over. We're about to have a really good time. And again, if you want to learn more about Speak That Movement, just go check out the website. It's www.speakthatmovement.com. That's where you can learn more about what we're doing. You can learn more about Speak That Talks if you're wondering what's the Speak That Talks all about. And you can also support the movement by donating so that we can do more with more, or also by shopping at our boutique. And we'll talk a little bit more about the boutique a little later. So I'm going to just get this show on. I'm happy to say that I am joined by a great friend and also one of the executive board members of Speak That Movement. So many of you saw her on when we had our soft launch in December. So we were just on 10 about yesterday. So we figured we would come on together and have a little conversation with all of you. So without further ado, welcome Miss Lanita Evans.
Hello. Glad to be here today on this wonderful occasion. Yesterday was definitely history, as you know, to her story. It's just an amazing time to be Black women, women of color, diversified in this day and time. So it's just an honor to be here on the show today.
Yes, and it's an honor to have you. Hello. Hey, everybody out there. We see you tuning in from different parts of the country. Thank you so much. So we're really excited about today's show. And I'm just gonna say, I had some other guests that were gonna tune in, and they weren't able to make it today, just for different reasons. But it's okay. They sent their love. My friends representing Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inc. They are just so excited because their sorority sister, Miss VP Kamala Harris, is now running this world. So special shout out to all of the sorority women out there representing not only the AKAs, but all of the sororities out there, because this is just an honor for us, and it's an honor for women in general. Black women, brown women, white women, little girls. This is an honor. How does that make you feel when you think about the 2021 inauguration?
It's just, mind blowing. As you said, first and foremost, she's a woman. So celebrating that, the first woman VP in American history. She's going to be in American history books as well as Black history books, So I know sometimes it's separated, but, she's going to it's crossing beyond measure. So as first and foremost, her being a woman, the VP, and then Joe Biden. Love him, a man of faith. Just even in the speech yesterday, talking about unity and just a breath of fresh air. Actually, just, you can have that moments of woosah. I can breathe again. You can have those mindful. We've had to have a lot of mindfulness moments over these past 4 years, but now we can just take deep breaths and just know that we have somebody that truly cares about this country, what's best for this country as we move forward. Like I said, it's not going to go without work. We know it's going to be some hard work. We know that there may be some bumps along the way, but having someone that's willing to do the work and ready to, as he said, for all people, not just Democrats, not just Republicans, not the Republicans going to be separated, but for all people. So I'm just excited to have someone that is truly in it for all of us.
Yeah, no, that's all. I agree with everything that you just said. And as we think about hot topic, President Joe Biden, I just felt a sense of peace yesterday with him. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like in his own unique way, he demands a stage. His words are powerful. We love words. We speak that movement. Right. And I feel there's a level of respect that he earns, he deserves. And no, he's not perfect. We all know he's not perfect. None of us are perfect. He's had some slip-ups with that tongue. I will be the first to say that. But I feel like everybody deserves grace. And what I have seen, during this run for him is that he really makes me feel like he wants to help bring a positive change to not only the United States of America, but around the world.
That's right.
And if he took that pledge and he read that oath to do this, he has my support.
Yes. And as you noted, just around the world. So the world is seeing us in a different light. In a total different light. And, and as you noted, some weight lifted off of our shoulders on yesterday. And you said, waking up, I said, just breathe.
That's what it felt like. And someone sent me a message yesterday, and she's like, is it me? Or does it just feel like a load is off now? And I agreed because, watching Joe Biden and listening to him and just thinking about the entire 2021 inauguration, the events, the festivities, the promotion of it, the production of it, the organization of it. And I even mentioned this on LinkedIn. It was the epitome of greatness. Like, shout out to the Biden inaugural committee, because I feel like they did their thing for this 2021 inauguration.
I would definitely say so too. As one of the news reporters noted last night that, in the past, the way, even though with COVID, we had to do things differently with the, making sure that they were safe, doing things a little bit differently. But the things that they were able to do within the time that they had on yesterday is such a wonderful thing to witness and see. The Celebrating America program last night, among, variety of things, because that was America represented during the inauguration, as well as the Celebrating American event and throughout the day. It was very diverse individuals, women, men, individuals of color, individuals, non-color. It was just, that was America. So I am so awesome. It was just an awesome experience overall throughout the day.
It was. So we talked a little bit about Joe Biden. Obviously, there were some amazing people there. Yeah. I was blown away by my girl, my auntie Michelle Obama, and Uncle Barack. I'm like, it really felt so good to see all the presidents. Like, thank you,
yes,
President Clinton, for coming. Thank you, President Bush, for coming. Because that right there, to me, it was just a strong stance of unity. And I'll be honest with you, Lanita, I was happy that Trump wasn't there. I think he would have been that person, when you're like having a get together, everybody cool, then that one person walk in, everybody like, what are you doing here, right? So I was like, hop on that plane, go to Florida. Bye.
Like, do your thing, and God makes no mistake. So everything happens for a reason. And so there's a season and there's a time, and his time was up. And so be it. Celebration went on, and that just continued to make us move forward.
That's right. And shout out to you all out in the comments, Karen. We see you, and you are right. They were fire. And hello, Miss Robertson. Thank you for tuning in this week. And I agree, we are in a new era, definitely. Oh, you are so wrong, Karen. I gotta love Karen. Nobody miss Orange Cheeto and Chief. I just had to throw that out there because we said we were gonna have some fun today. This is truly the show where we get to talk about whatever we want to talk about. Hello, Miss Stacy Young. She's saying hello, Nita Boo.
That's a part. Those are individuals that are part of the Dream Squad. So Dream Squad, we have dreams, we have connections, and that's all about that womanhood moving forth in power. So empowerment, we are here today. Right.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to all of you women out there tuning in. We love it, and we're here rocking with y'all. We're going to talk about women empowerment a little later. But before we do that, I was hoping that I could invite a very special guest to speak that talks today. But according to her PR people, she was a little booked today, getting ready to run this world into shape with her stilettos on and her Converse, her Chuck Taylors. So even though I could not bring her on as I would love to have been able to do, we do have a special message that we want to share. And I hope that everybody can just take a look at this and watch this with us.
Good evening. It is my honor to be here, to stand on the shoulders of those who came before, to speak tonight as your Vice President. In many ways, this moment embodies our character as a nation. It demonstrates who we are. Even in dark times, we not only dream, we do. We not only see what has been, we see what can be. We shoot for the moon, and then we plant our flag on it. We are bold, fearless, and ambitious. We are undaunted in our belief that we shall overcome, that we will rise up. This is American aspiration.
Boom.
Whew.
There you all have it. On the Speak That Talks platform, one way or another, VP Kamala Harris. Everybody, no matter where you are, give her a virtual round of applause. So I had to invite her, like I said, it's all good, but we still had her on, right?
That speech is empowering, as we talked about, just like I said, a breath of fresh air in general, and just, how poised that she is, as an individual. So she just spoke it into existence. She just, out there for so many young women, young ladies, young girls, young boys, all across this world, seeing her first female VP ever.
Yes.
Female. It's amazing. So it's just, so happy. I see the hand claps. Thank you so much for that and all the support that she gets. So yes, the sky, and my thing is the sky is the sky. They say the sky is the limit. The sky is the sky. The sky goes on and on and on. And her being VP just tells us, where we can go. We continue on.
Yes, well said. And I will add to that, not only is the sky a destination, it's definitely not a limit. And it never has been a limit.
Mm-hmm.
But she has officially shattered all glass ceilings, all glass walls. I would tell anybody out there, if you believe that there is a such thing as a glass ceiling, then it's time to change and shift that mindset, because
Right.
she just proved to every woman, every man, every boy, and every girl that all things are possible.
Yes.
She proved that there may be things that we don't even imagine we will become that can become possible. So I just want to encourage everybody out there, whatever it is that you're dreaming for in 2021, don't be afraid. Dream big. Dream so big that it scares you. Dream so big that it feels impossible. But then do the work. And we'll talk about that a little bit as well later on. But even in her first official message as VP was just powerful. It just made you want to say, I can do all things.
That's right.
Yes. So again, on behalf of Speak That Movement, we just want to encourage all of you women in particular, and obviously all the men as well, that let our new VP remind you, it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter where you're from, where your parents were from or are from, where your grandparents are from or were from. It doesn't matter where you're working now. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what disabilities you have, what health issues you have, what financial issues you have. We can have what we desire if we put in the work and we put in the faith. So it's not easy, but it's possible. And I want to just share what SG has stated. Yes, it was an amazing inauguration. I definitely agree with the gas ceiling. It was shattered, just like that. That's right. So speaking of that, I want to shift gears a little, and I want to talk about drum roll, because for those of you who don't know, Speak That Movement, we talk about the hot topics on Speak That Talks. Inauguration fashion. So I want to hear from you out there, people. Let us know what were some of your favorite outfits. So I'm just going to throw this out here. I'm just saying, when I see these outfits, ensembles, speaks
Yes,
volumes.
yes, yes. And you know, I love my girl Michelle. So she was doing that. I love everything about that outfit. I mean, but yes, it class, just a class of their own, all a class of their own. And it doesn't take a whole bunch for you to be well represented and just showing that power, the
Yes,
power that they have. They did it. Loved every bit of it.
that's right. I'm with you completely. So I was just in love with the outfits. And you know what? That's the exciting thing too, is that it's almost like the Grammys or the BET Awards or the Oscars or the Stellar Awards. You look forward to what are people going to be wearing. And I feel like the inaugurations, even though it only happens every 4 years,
Yes,
you look forward to it. Now, I'm not going to say you look forward to it back in the day, right? But nowadays,
yes.
and I'll even give First Lady Michelle Obama credit for
Mhm.
stepping the game up when it comes to inaugurations.
She set the standard. She definitely set some standards there. So, and seeing her come back and show who she was, still today, she's showing it. She's doing it.
That's right. She was representing. It's like when her and President, I still call them president. They're still president in my world. When President Obama and her walked up, it was just like, I've arrived. But humble,
Oh, yeah.
humble. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh, yes. And they gave so much respect to everyone. They gave so much respect to Biden and his wife, and so much respect to Kamala and her husband. I mean, just the love, just the connections, just the relationships that you've seen. You've seen that over the election process, but during the inauguration, just the love that was shared, and you can see it in their eyes. And so I love the connections that they have and the support that they have thus far.
that's right. And I'll say that all of the women, I agree with the comments, all of the women slayed, all of the men slayed, all
Yes.
of the young people slayed. So kudos to all of the people who just not only slayed, but in the cold weather.
Yes.
I'm talking about hair blowing, cold, but that's when circumstances don't define a situation. You
That's
know,
right.
if you want to be present, you will be fully present despite what's happening around you. So I just had to definitely shout out the inauguration fashion. And thank you all to everybody out there. And you are right. You read my mind, Miss Amanda.
Yes, I was just about to say that, but I was going to talk about her a little bit later. But yes, powerful young lady. She represented in her fashion as well. That hair was on point. Everything about her was on point, and just a remarkable young lady. She's going places. And I know she spoke about, they asked her about being the next president, and she's like, hey,
Right.
as you said, she can go for it.
Yes. And I know I wasn't alone when she stepped to that stage, because she now has over 1 million followers yesterday, just because of the curiosity and we were so impressed in the message. I felt like it was her time. And then when I did research on her, this isn't new to her. She's been true to this. I mean, she has a book that is now a #1 bestseller. She has been speaking as a poet. This is not new to her. So I took that as a comforting reminder that along journeys in life, sometimes people may look or appear like they're hidden. And then when it's that time to hit the forefront, everything comes fast forward and full circle. Like nothing shall be lost. And not that it was with her, but it was just that reminder, like this is a young woman that the world was exposed to. Those around her already knew what she was capable of,
Right.
And the world saw it. And just like that, because of the right opportunity, her dreams came true.
It's like, yes. And she talked about her support system that she has, because you have those individuals that are your supporting cast. And then you have some of those individuals that you need to, they're not the team players. They're not your supporting stars. They're not, those individuals that's, that's right there with you. But she talked, highly about the support system that she has and the people that she's had to help her along the way, and the things that she's had to do to overcome, some of the speech impediments and things that she's had. So she's a remarkable woman. As she said, going very far, going places. And as you said, yesterday was just the start of, her continued journey.
That's right. And special shout out to her mother. Shout out to her mother. Yes.
Yes. Women in another woman and another woman. Hey.
Right. So speaking of women, we're going to transition to another hot topic. Well, I won't say a hot topic. I want to stay on this inauguration topic, but we always talk about women and we love the women, and we are always happy when the men join. So we have a special guest that's going to jump on for a pop-up, because we wanted to make this a really fun show, but not only fun, but a different show where we actually, from time to time, moving forward with Speak That Talks, we are going to bring up some pop-up guests. So anybody out there that's listening, if you ever want to pop up, every blue moon on a Speak That Talks, we're going to bring up a pop-up guest. And what does that mean? That means that we're going to have an open invitation. And if somebody wants to pop up, pop on. We're going to open it up. So I'm excited to bring up our first pop-up guest on Speak That Talks, and Mr. Danis. Welcome.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. How are you ladies tonight?
We are good.
Good. Wonderful. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Yes. And shout out to your fraternity, the Men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And again, congratulations on your J5.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes. So you are the Speak That Talks first ever pop-up guest. Actually, should we call it pop-up or pop-in? We're on the fly with this one.
Pop in. How about that?
I like pop-in. So everybody, give our pop-in guest, Danis, a virtual round of applause. Give him some hearts and pumps. He is in the Speak That Talks seat right now. So we want to ask you, from a male perspective, what were your thoughts on the 2021 inauguration?
Let's see here. My thoughts on the inauguration was, it was good, but I was ready for them to get down to business. Like the glitter and glam, that's fine for everybody else. Let's shorten it up. Let's get to business. Let's start rewriting some stuff, because we got business to attend to. So because of the direness of our country right now, they could have cut it down to about 15 minutes, like a wedding, and get to business and start rewriting stuff. So, I'm just glad that is done and everything. So yeah, I'm more into the politics of things. So like, hey, Trump's out of the office. Y'all sterilize the place. Let's get to rewriting some stuff. So yeah, but overall it was good. I'm glad to see it. And I'm glad that it happened and everything.
Good. So do you mean to tell me, Danis, that men didn't care about the fashion and the coats?
No, not really. Outside of, I will say the only thing that I will say, they brought coats back in style, because I'm not a coat wearer like that, but some of those coats was nice, and the ladies look nice, and I'm like, okay, it's a fashion show, but let's get back to business. So not a lot goes into it like that. Like, you give me 10 minutes and I'm good, so I seen it and I was done with it. So yeah, I expect that out of them. You know what I mean? That's expected. So yeah.
That's good. And you apparently are like a celebrity, because Miss Robertson is saying, how did y'all get the Mr. Belmore? So thank you for blessing us with your presence, because you just made it seem like Speak That Talks is the bomb.com, and we just got I'm so happy. So thank you.
This is the bomb.com. I appreciate it. I like this.
Yes. So
How would you say? I mean, they did get to some business yesterday. There were several executive orders that were put into place yesterday. Their first day in office, I thought that they went to work right away. What's your thought process on some of the things that they did work on yesterday?
I was good with what they started on and everything. I was more concerned with the Senate more than I was the executive orders, because with the executive orders, a president can write one, the next president can come and override it. So, those things can turn and change all the time. My biggest concern was getting the Senate confirmed, seated, and start getting some of his cabinet members in, because as you can tell, some of the Republicans were already starting to block Senate nominations and actions. And so the battle for if Biden can actually pull off his agenda is going to be in the Senate. So I'm more concerned about the Senate versus anything that happens with executive orders. Executive orders come and go all the time. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts of what's going to move the country forward.
That's good. Are you feeling optimistic? How are you feeling about the country moving forward?
It depends on if the Democrats show some backbone this time around. When we had all three chambers, the best thing that they got done was we were able to get Medicare for All passed when Obama was in, but he only had all three chambers for 79 days. Now, Biden's going to have it hopefully a little bit longer than that. So if the Republicans don't block as much, because it's a 50-50 Senate, so you have to actually get things to the floor and have to get it passed. So Chuck Schumer is going to be able to bring things out there, but it's going to be a lot of battles. So people got to have patience to be able to deal with what's going to happen in the Senate, because the House is going to streamline things because we control the House by some numbers, but it's going to be that Senate battle that's going to really slow down the process. So you're going to see a lot more executive orders coming out the White House, because Biden's going to give them a chance to get it right, but then he's going to have to keep moving. But if the Democrats don't show any backbone, we're going to be stuck in the Senate. So that's my thoughts there.
Nice. You seem to know your stuff.
I'm a politic junkie.
Yes, I
remember this back in the day and everything, so I know a little bit about politics. So yeah.
Okay, what office did you run for?
Champaign County Recorder of Deeds. So it was ran as a Democrat. Actually, I was on the first ticket with Obama when he ran the first time. So luckily in Champaign County, I was the only minority that was on the ticket. So I got it sort of framed to show that I ran. I lost to the incumbent, but it was worth the battle. So, at least I got something to say, hey, I was on the same ticket with Obama. So I'm cool with that.
So now I see why I should be even more excited that we have the Danas on Speak That Talk, because you are connected.
I'm just a junkie, that's all. Yeah, I'm just a junkie, but thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations on, even though that might have been the past, I think that anybody who takes a stand to run for any office to help make their city, their town, their country a better place, kudos to you.
Well, thank you. I will say it's more incumbent on people to really focus on their local elections than the big elections. The big elections are for the big show, but the nuts and bolts of what happened in your city and what affects you and what affects your family and people are done at the local level. So I really encourage people to pay attention to the local level versus the national level. Trump didn't get all the attention on things, but what's done, if, like, for example, Urbana is a sanctuary city, Champaign's not. But if something happens with funding in Urbana, that could affect people that live in Urbana and things. So it's very important that people pay attention to the local level of what's happening and things. Don't worry about what they're doing at the national level, because it's a trickle-down effect. So worry about what's trickling in your community.
That's good. Any other tips that you might want to offer listeners as we think about, okay, yesterday happened, the lights, camera, action, the fireworks, the guest singers, they're at home. Right. Now, anything we should probably be mindful of or paying attention to or thinking about?
It's going to be everything's going to boil down to the Senate and what happens in the Senate. So the big concern is going to be, how do they handle things in the Senate? Because if they don't prosecute, if they don't push forward to get some of these things, they're going to lose a lot of their base, the Democratic base, and the energy that the Democrats have now, if they don't go forward with some of this. So the Democrats cannot just brush this off like a lot of like 2 weeks ago didn't happen, or the last 4 years didn't happen, and we do this kumbaya and we all get along. So watch the Senate area there. I have faith that Nancy Pelosi is going to push a lot of stuff through, and so I just want the Senate to do their job, and then the Attorney General, the new Attorney General, I like to see how he's going to handle things as well. So if he starts prosecuting, I'm not even going to pay attention to politics because I'll be happy. Not at the grand level, but I ask everyone to really pay attention to your local level, because even your state's attorneys, they have the ability to prosecute some of those that left Illinois and went to DC and caused destruction as well. So I want to see if the state of Illinois is going to prosecute people as well and stuff. So it's a matter of time. I'm paying attention to those things in politics to see how that's going to affect us.
Okay, good. Lanita, anything you want to ask anybody out there while we have our very first pop-in guest speaker on, who actually was on the same ticket as President Obama? You know, I'm going to brag about that forever. So
very proud, very proud, very proud.
I will say I'm really proud of the Divine Nine for stepping up and helping and really pushing this forward and everything, and those that were not part of the Divine Nine as well. At the end of the day, everyone needs to give Jim Clyburn out of South Carolina the biggest credit for supporting Biden on this, because at the critical time when he was really losing, Jim Clyburn came up and said, hey, this is our man who can defeat Donald Trump, when everyone else wanted Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren. I was an Elizabeth Warren fan, but you know, they want Elizabeth Warren or Kamala Harris or whatever. He said, no, we need to do this. And the Black women of South Carolina stepped up and said, yes, sir, we're going to go ahead and knock this on out the park. And they voted in such tremendous numbers that it gave him the boost that he needed to be able to continue this journey. And then he made the smartest move possible by going and get Kamala to bring her on board as well, because that helped shore up that minority base that folks wasn't quite sure about. Once he did that, the rest was history at that point. So he deserves a lot of credit for having a foresight that others didn't have at that particular point. So had to say that for sure. So.
No, and I thank you for saying that, because that is a great mention and a great point of reference, because it was so cool seeing him yesterday wearing his hat and just all the love and recognition that he has received, because he will go down in history as being a very pivotal person that helped make yesterday happen.
It was because if you look at it, he was losing in Iowa, he was losing in Wisconsin, he was losing in Michigan, but when they hit that South Carolina, that just totally changed the trajectory of his campaign. So yeah, but you're right about that.
And I do agree with you. It was the best example of what the Divine Nine can do as a collective. I totally agree. I was very impressed with, the Divine Nine, meetings that we could join, and just, when they brought in some of the guest speakers to speak to some of, to our groups, and to see the leaders coming together. I really was just impressed overall with the campaign, the committee, especially to be in this virtual environment. I think that also played a major role as well, right? Because we're not moving as much. People can tune in to more things, and you I don't know. I just think that even though some things feel like they're bad or they're negative, a lot of good came out of 2020 and being forced to be still, and even seeing what appears and is negative with the injustices and Trump. I think that there were still some positives that came out of what was meant for possible bad.
Exactly. I agree with you there. The last thing I would say is the only thing I'm disappointed with the Democrats on right now is that they should have selected Stacey Abrams as the new Democratic nominee chairperson versus Jamie Harrison, only because Stacey's got a playbook down to a science. And if we want to continue winning, I think you need to have her. Something didn't seem too right in South Carolina, because this man raised a lot of money, but we didn't pull it through. So therefore, I got questions about what strategies he was using. So I would have pulled the reins back a little bit on him, let her lead it, and maybe bring him in next cycle or something. But it's not my call. So yeah.
Okay. But do you think that there's going to be something even more amazing for Stacey? Do you think that?
Yeah. I think she's got revenge on her shoulders right now. So she's got to take Georgia. I think once she gets that monkey off her back with Georgia, then she'll probably step up and do more. So I think she has a point to prove, and she's going to prove the point. Now the question is she mobilized everyone for those things. Hopefully they'll mobilize for her when it's her time again. So, that's the prayer there, is that people don't forget what she did for them and they return the favor to her.
Yeah, that's good. Well, thank you so much, Danis. And I want to pull up Karen's comment. Please give a shout out to Minnie Pearl Hemphill, NAACP president of Champaign County, from a Silver Life member of Peoria, Illinois.
I will give her a mention. So when I run into her soon. So yeah.
Yeah. And shout out to all of you representing the different organizations, NAACP, the Divine Nine, but also your community organizations. Or even if you're not a part of an organization, maybe you were just an individual who utilized your vote, who utilized your voice, who just brought people together, encouraged people to vote, or whatever you may have done. Please know that yesterday happened because of so many people, individually and collectively, stepping out, recognizing that change was needed and seeing it through. So any final words, Danis, before we let you go, and thank you for being our first Poppy and guest?
No, I just appreciate you having me on and everything. So it's not, much success to you and the organization. So I think you all are going to do very well.
Thank you so much. And we know who to call in when we need some political junkie perspective throughout 2021. So do we have your permission that we can bring you back in for another pop in?
Yes, you do.
All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, that was so awesome. And yes, shout out to Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Yes.
That's right. That's right. That's like, yes, and definitely using the voice and thanking our pop-in guest, special guest there for today. As you noted, definitely a political junkie, has a lot of knowledge and skills and insight on everything. So definitely can break it down if we needed to break it down. I say keeping it simple, stupid. He can do that for us as well. So option using our resources.
That's right. And thank you to the person who suggested that pop-in speaker.
My pleasure, my honor.
Thank you. So we're going to wrap up. This has been fun. I feel like this was educational. And also we're fulfilling the mission of Speak That Movement, which is to equip and empower. And I feel like bringing him in was a good example of equipping people, letting us all know what should we be watching out for, what should we be mindful of. So that was really, really a blessing. So let's shift gears a little. Women empowerment. So we already know we're like on 10. We have a new VP. So what else from a women empowerment standpoint? What are you feeling right now?
I am feeling that, as we talked about earlier, all things are possible. I said all things are possible. With faith and with God on our side, all things are possible. Like I said, Kamala has made that happen and showing us, day to day. And then looking at our young, our generation to come, Amanda Gorman, as far as looking at her, the empowerment, the power that she has in her words. And she spoke specifically about her words. She says, she looks at the words, not just, individuals, not just what's going on, but words. And so, we've always talked about our words, and well, we'll talk about that in a few moments here. But I'm just overjoyed, just ecstatic about what's happening in the country. And as I stated earlier, with our VP, she's a woman first. I know some individuals, are still not happy, seeing, who she is and everything else. But as a woman, that's powerful.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So shout out for women empowerment. This is our time. This is our season. It always has been. It's just sometimes we need reminders. And hopefully the corporations, the CEOs, and all the leaders will also recognize the power and the value of women when it comes to equality in the workplace and outside of the workplace. So,
yes, I agree.
So we're coming towards the end. So what better time than now to move on to one of the final features of every Speak That Talk show. So again, if you all are out there, it's not too late to invite your people to join in, because we're about to have one more round. And again, if you're on a personal page, come on over. It's not too late to virtually connect and socialize. Go to Speak That Movement on Facebook or YouTube. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and you'll always be made aware of every show. And then if you're on Facebook, make sure you follow the Facebook page, because we have a lot of resources. So share your name, city, and comments, because as you've seen today, we love to interact. We might be the ones you see, but it's everybody's voice that makes this such a great, empowering opportunity and experience. So let's move on to the drum roll Speak That Movement speed round, where we are going to talk about the 4 pillars of Speak That Movement, which are dream it, believe it, speak it, and walk it. And this is our opportunity to close out in a way that hopefully will give you all a little push as you get through the rest of the week, the rest of the month, and the rest of the year. So Lanita and I are going to tag team this one. We usually have all of our guest speakers chime in to help us get through these and also to think about them. So let's kick it off with Speak That Movement pillar number 1. And we're going to do this a little different. Every week is going to be, it's always a different spin. So I want us to think about it from the sense of what did yesterday, the inauguration, this new beginning, how does that make us feel as we think about each pillar? How can we empower everybody listening with yesterday in our mind in an attempt to move forward? So we're going to go with Speak That Movement pillar number 1, which is dream it. So I'll go first and I'll be brief. As you think about what happened in America yesterday, it was to me an example of dreams coming true. This is the time to dream it, dream big. If you have a dream to rise in your career, if you have a dream to rise within your community or within your family, just know that you have the ability to dream big, because we saw yesterday that dreams come true.
All right. Well, you took some of the words out of my mouth as far as dreams coming true. One of the things as far as dreaming and thinking about, as far as what I noted earlier, is, the sky. The sky is the sky. So looking at the clouds and, going beyond the sky, that my dreams can go beyond that sky. They can go beyond, and, there's several layers of the atmosphere. And so me dreaming, don't stop there, just continue on and then expanding on those dreams as we move on. But yes, dreams do come true, and, there's work to be done, but it can happen. And it's just a proof. Proof is in the pudding right there yesterday.
Yes. So on behalf of Speak That Movement, we encourage all of you to dream it, and dream big. Speak That Movement pillar number 2, believe it. And I'll let you kick this one off, Lanita.
And I'm just going to go back to the part of the verse. I can do all things. I got to believe in me, but with him, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me.
Yes. Great reminder. So to everybody out there, believe it. Believe it. Whatever it is that you're dreaming about, whatever it is that you're hoping for, whatever it is that keeps you up at night, wakes you up in the morning, whatever it is that you're feeling passionate about, believe it. Believe in yourself. As I like to say, long gone are the days of looking for a support team, a cheerleading squad, a rah-rah team to have your back. It's time to believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in your goals, and believe that everything that you need is already within you. So,
That's right.
Lanita, talk to the people and encourage them on Speak That Movement, pillar number 3, which is speak it.
Well, speaking those things into existence as they were to be. We have the power within our voices. We have the power within our words. If it's written down, that, all those things, speaking it into existence and speaking back to yourself. I can do this. I can move this, I can move forward with this. You can say it if it's in your job, if it's something personally that you want to do, if it's a personal goal, if it's a physical goal, if it's a spiritual goal. By speaking those things as they were. Because if you're speaking negative things into your life, then those things are going to come to play in your life. But if you're speaking those positive things and you're actually truly believing in those things as you're going forth, then those things can come to play. I said, it might come with some work, but speaking it and believing it and putting the power behind that, your words have so much power, be it written, be it speaking out loud. Speak good things to yourself. You deserve that.
Yes, I love that. And I'm just going to piggyback off of that. I don't have much more to add, but I believe that yesterday's inauguration showed us the power of words, right? And I know some people may think, well, words are just words. Yeah, if you think about them like that, but I believe that words are powerful. I believe that the words that Miss Amanda stated yesterday, that I believe that God used this young, small, innocent vessel, this young woman, to speak words to a nation, to an entire world. Maybe you only caught the beginning, maybe you caught the middle, maybe you caught the end, but every word that she released out of her mouth was powerful. So I would just encourage everybody out there, speak things into existence. Know that there is power in words, and also speak life over yourself, no matter what you're going through, because we know 2020 wasn't easy. And guess what? We don't even know what 2021 will be like, but you speak life over yourself. You encourage yourself. You also speak life over this country. Let's speak life over our president. Let's speak life over our vice president. Let's speak life over our Senate, our Congress people, our local people, our national people. Let's speak life, not death, not destruction, and not negativity. And let's speak unity.
That's right. I agree.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So we're going to move on to the last, but certainly not least, pillar of Speak That Movement, and that is walk it. You take it away, sister.
I walk by faith, not by sight. It's like, when we're dreaming it, when we're believing it, and when we're speaking those things into existence, we have to do the walk. We have to, someone else on here, think like I thought, as far as we have to make some moves. We have to take some action. We have to do some things. So it's not just going to come to us, so we have to make that movement. If it's moving with your body, if it's, writing down something, if it's sending something off to somebody to get that, to take it to the next level, but making some things, putting some things in place and going forward. It's like, we want to continue to move forward. As I noted earlier, we might have some bumps along the road, and you might get a flat tire as you're going forth in this walk, but get it fixed, get the tune up, and keep moving forward. As long as you continue to move forward, we'll be all right. You'll meet your destination. Keep moving.
That's good. Walk it. And also, when you're walking it, walk by faith, not by sight. And when we think about yesterday, we also have to hold people accountable as well, including ourselves. So as you walk it, as you go after your dreams, as you do your part in your life, or for the community, walk it, and don't be afraid to walk it. Unapologetically walk it. This is the year where we have to believe all things are possible. But guess what? Faith without works is dead. We can say all day long, I have a dream, We can say all day long, I want this to happen. We can say all day long that we don't get handed the right cards in life, generational curses, whatever it is. It's time to say, push all that to the side, because I'm going to dream it, believe it, speak it, and walk it, because that's the major step that a lot of people are not willing to do. Because like you say, you get a tire, you want to give up. You hit a roadblock, you're done. Detour, you don't know what to do. That's going to happen. But because you know it's going to happen, what do? You keep on walking. You don't give up. You keep on walking.
And I love that statement from Karen. Again, uncut and unapologetic.
That's it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's where we are today. You get the real.
You get the real. So thank you to everybody out there for tuning in to this special edition show. We just wanted to come together because it just meant so much to us, because when we think about Speak That Movement is moving forward. We're about to walk it. We've been dreaming and we're not going to stop. We believe that this would happen and we're going to keep believing. We've been speaking it with guest speakers every single week since May 7th, including the one next Thursday that I really want everybody to tune in, because next week we're going international again. An amazing guest speaker joining us from Sweden, people. We're going to talk a little bit about women empowerment and going after your dreams from Sweden, people. And she's also going to share her thoughts on what the United States victory means to people in the United Kingdom, Sweden, all those areas throughout the world. So make sure you tune in next week. And
that's our second international guest speaker since the start of this year. We are only 21 days into 2021. So it is amazing. They said, you build it, they will come. We are here. We are proof. Today that they will come. Like I said, so we had someone from the United Kingdom, and now we have someone coming in from Sweden. So Speak That Talks, Speak That Movement is making moves. We are making moves, making our run.
And we're walking.
Glad to have you all here.
That's right. So last but not least, guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. And just want to also mention, if you haven't heard about them, the Speak That Movement Empowerment Calendars. This is actually, someone asked me, like, how many years? This is the fourth year of Speak That Movement Empowerment Calendars. So if you did not order one yet, they're on the website, www.speakthatmovement.com. These calendars were made 4 years ago. I thank God for the vision to just really empower people throughout the year. So 12 months of empowerment, dream manifestation, goal realization. I'm excited to say that lots have been sold already in 2021, but guess what? There's more that can be made, produced, and sold, because we really want to not only come once a week for Speak That Talks, but 365 days in a year. So we want to encourage you, empower you, motivate you, and inspire you. So check out the website, go to the boutique. You'll also find the mask on the boutique, and we have some other things that'll be out there soon. And I will say this, because we do love to give extra things. For people that are ordering this month, because this was the kickoff month, obviously, for the calendar, there's some extra little things thrown in there. Couldn't resist. In particular, you got some Speak That Movement notepads, a cool ink pen. We want to make sure you're equipped to get through this year. So thank you again to everybody that already has theirs. And Lanita, you have yours. What do you think?
It is wonderful. Love it. Love it. It's on the wall and ready to go. So I am super excited and look through every month and just was inspired just by looking ahead. I know you're not supposed to look ahead, but I couldn't wait. I was too anxious to not to. So our designer did a wonderful job, DJ AG. So again, a shout out to him for assisting with that. And
yeah, I'm glad you said that. So AG, I'm gonna give a little history real quick. So 4 years ago, I wanted to make something. I worked with a local Black artist in Dallas, and I said, I need some artwork to represent women. We did it. So worked on like every page inside of this calendar. And I have to say this because I want people to understand why we're so passionate about these. Every month, these calendars are being designed from scratch. Hours are put in. Like I'm working on every day. It's thought about. Every design in this calendar is thought about. And shout out to AG because AG for the past 2 years has designed the cover. So when you see this cover, just know that it is crafted with love because every year we want to inspire you. So shout out to AG for the 2021 cover of the Speak That Movement calendar. So
awesome. Get yours today.
Get it today. So other than that, short and sweet, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting Tiara PR Network, Speak That Movement, and Speak That Talks. Again, if you want to learn more, you can go to the website, www.speakthatmovement.com. You can learn more about Lanita. Her bio is out there. You can learn more about me. And if you want to be a part of this movement, then it's on the website. Contact us. Let us know because we have some pretty amazing things that we are going to do this year. And I'm excited to say that two of our sisters that are part of the movement are on with us today, Miss Wilson and Miss Matthews. We have some news that we're going to be releasing soon with a big effort that we're working on in the social justice space. So stay tuned for that. And the best is yet to come. Any closing words, Lanita?
No, just thank everybody for tuning in and supporting us. And we just look forward to seeing you on future Speak That Talks and future Speak That Movement events. Thank you.
Thank you. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Let's Speak That. Go ahead, Speak That Movement on Facebook and YouTube because we're just going to keep on keeping on because like we said, the glass has been shattered. There are no limitations. This is the season for all of us and all of you to dream big. As always, may God bless you and protect you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.